So my first question is like, what inspired you to become an actress, and why you choose acting?
So I started with theater actually. To be honest, what happened was um I was working in few news offices, interned and then went on to work for a longer time. And I realized news reporting is not something that I want to do. But along with that, I was also part of theater groups. My first proper theater play, I did it with Bijonda, and I was not acting in it. To be honest, I wanted to write plays mostly. But acting always was quite interesting for me. I only ended up stepping into that space when I did this uh, when I did a French performance for uh, Tesco Theatre Festival, and yeah, I figured that what is quite interesting is the process of it. That is what intrigued me, and I told myself, okay, this is interesting. Maybe I should get to know more about this. And right after that, pandemic happened, but which I thought was a great time because the plans that I had, uh, they were not going to work, which sort of got more clearer that I got a clarity that the plans that I had are not going to work. So there's like, oh, it's happening. Let's just try it. And then I started giving auditions, and things only got better. The bunch of workshops I did, actors I reached out to get to know how the whole the industry works. I mean, it was quite something. But if the answer to your question, to be more specific, is that I liked the process. I genuinely enjoy it. It's intriguing. It challenges me, and yeah,
And what did you study in during your graduation days and wanted to become?
I did study journalism actually. I wanted to become a journalist. Um, I, I don't know. It did not. I think the workplace situation was not quite something that I was. Um, yeah, I think I was not built for it. Uh, but at the same time, I figured that I was built to do more and not uh, just be boxed uh, and concentrating on a certain section of, because I think I had more to offer, and rather than being someone who just writes facts, and I mean, this is very wrong I'm saying this, but um, I did not, it was not freeing. um, I felt really claustrophobic, and that's a personal experience. And I'm glad I had that experience quite early, which actually pushed me to search for more avenues to express myself. This is a journey that I had, um, but I did figure out that journalism is not for me. So, yeah.
How many months or years did you work as a journalist?
I worked for about 2 years actually. First with a news media channel, and then I worked with the electronic media channel. Uh, and also I worked for a indie, it's not indie. You could say like a small children's newspaper. It was a startup, and I worked there for a while, and I think that was it. I knew that I couldn't hold on to it. Mm.
And what was your parents' reaction when you said you want to become an actress and quit
Oh.
journalism?
That was quite something. Actually, the first thing that I told them was maybe I want to I want to do theater, but for them, theater is acting. I mean, there are immense possibilities. You know, there are lights, there's writing, there's I mean, you could do anything and everything when it comes to theater, and that is what I wanted to do. I wanted to do anything and everything, but my parents never understood it. So I think it was when I got my first gig, like um, a proper ad of sorts. Yeah, that's when they were a little more. I think they got this confidence of sorts that, oh, okay, this can happen. She'll figure it out, and things only got better after that. Um, so yes, it was tough, but it's okay for you.
And did you learn acting anywhere other than theater in acting school?
Now, mostly it has mostly been workshops. I first started off. I actually started learning at watercolor. That's where I would say my understanding when it comes to my body. Uh, it became I I gained a lot of clarity when it comes to my body and how it moves and understanding self and all of that. And I aspire to do more of physical theater, which with time I couldn't do because of some health issues that unfortunately came into picture. So I couldn't do it. That's when acting became the next option because instead of being part of a physical theater play, I ended up being. So I got a call from Alicia. She was part of test group that particular year, and she told me, "So we're doing this play, and this is a physical piece, and we are looking for dancers." And I said, "Oh, great! I'm totally in for this." I get a call a week later, and and also, by the way, I was letting go of an opportunity. So I had told her, "Please make sure that this happens." And then she told me, calls me up a week later, and she's like, "Listen, so the play, so it's not happening because Guruji can't be there." And I go, I can't do this. I already had a gig. What do I do now?" And there's this other play. It's acting though. Like, okay, okay, cool, whatever works. And that's when I got introduced to like this amazing set of people, and I learned a lot immensely. The process of it is what got me into it. Uh, Wait, what was the question? What was the
Have you
question?
been to like acting school?
Yeah. So that's where when that happened, and I had already planned for Athikali. I was supposed to go to Athikali, it's a movement school in Bangalore, and that was supposed to be a certificate course over certain months, and then I was going to do my diploma there. I go to Bangalore. Studied. I've studied what I wanted to, and I was really looking forward to my diploma course then. But in between, I had this play that I was supposed to do, and I injured myself, which and then got I was bedridden for about 2 to 3, no, actually 4 months, with no work, bedridden, and I couldn't do my diploma either. But that was the period I started auditioning again. But audition has been the space that I've learned a lot of workshops. Uh, the other place uh, immensely learned from is the people I've worked with, because every other actor that I've worked with were trained, and I wasn't. I was a trained dancer. Also, there was this other fear that I had because there's so many trained actors out there. Um, it was I wasn't sure if I wanted to go to a school yet. I mean, even now, I would like to go to a school, but I'm really not sure whether I want to go to an acting school. Um, because uh, there's so many people who come from acting schools, and just simply by observing them, even simply by talking to them for an hour or so, you gain so much insight that I think I'm still at a space where I want to do that. gaining insight from people, it's free knowledge rather than actually going to an institute. But yeah, hopefully.
Can you learn acting in an acting school, do you think?
But I think, I mean, if I would have gone to a school, it would, I could have answered this more. Yeah, but I don't know. I suppose you can learn techniques, but but it is only immense, immense patience and immense observation skills, uh, the will to work toward your skill. That is the only way that you can actually, uh, because also experiences. I think acting is also an experiential art in the sense that the experiences are what you can take the insights from your experiences and actually apply them. So that is how I look at it. Again, it's a personal, personal, um, it's an opinion again, but might not be right. But I think that I believe that it's not the only place to learn. I think I think there are immense ways, and but again, um, acting school can teach you techniques, but I don't think it can teach you how to act. Yeah.
As an actress, like what you look in a script.
I don't think I've reached a point where can, I have the power to choose. Um, but if I ever were in that space, then I think it has to be the dialogues. It's if they are really well written, that is it. Everything else is you can figure everything else out. But if the dialogues are well written, you know this is it. And this comes from the number of auditions that I've given, and you keep giving auditions right and left. But I've always had fun when the dialogues are so. You just when you read it, you know it's so precise and there's so much thought into it. You know it, and it just makes it makes everything so easy. Yeah.
And what was your like first reaction when you went to a film set? And
Ooh. Um, I was really nervous. I still remember the first. Let's let's talk about Bhoot actually. I was super nervous. Uh, Chief AD had no idea that it was my first shoot. She was like, "Oh hey, so you're ready, right?" I'm like, because I'm like super nervous. I was so. I had plus I was wearing two lenses because I've got yeah the normal lenses, and then because you're playing a ghost, so they just given me these gray lenses, and I can hardly see, and the light it's so dark. There are only like green and red lights here and there. I could hardly see. So there were two people helping me get into, go into the set. I sat down, and there's this huge camera right on my face. Okay, as I look up, I could see my reflection on the lens. And I went, "Oh my god, what is happening?" A lot is happening around. I could hear so there are people giving directions to other people with lights, cameras, and this and that. The I mean, there was so much chaos, and I was right in the middle of everything with a camera like the camera right on my face, and I was trying to breathe as uh, I, oh gosh, it was so so I was so nervous. But the team was amazing. The moment they realized that I was a little nervous, they asked me if I needed a minute or so, and I took a minute or so and calmed myself down. And yeah, I went for the take. And I think it was just like 3, 4 takes, and it went really well. I got to meet some. incredible people on the set. Um, and you realize how the whole process goes, how the whole team works. And genuinely, I think I had so much, and I'm so glad that my first Hindi cinema, like a Hindi movie, has to be ended up being phone booth actually because the crew was amazing. I had a wonderful time with them, and that was my first experience. I was super nervous.
Phone booth was the first experience.
Uh, I would say working in phone booth was quite quite nice. I would say it was quite new for me. Um, I had never worked on a film set before. Like I had done bunch of shots, and again, I had done a lot of indie stuff. So always worked in small teams, like it was quite small, not so many people. And as a person, the kind of person I am, I'm very quiet and it, interpersonal. Sorry, like one-on-one is quite easy for me. I can have a conversation with, but too many people, it's a little difficult for me. So yeah, but again, it was amazing because of how the how people on the set treat. It was a wonderful set to be on.
Actually, I'm also same. I can't do like group. I only do one role. So, if you currently you did a shoot, the Shameless, which is based on Nepal. So, if you could tell us something about the story and what was the experience there.
Well, the Shameless is about two two ladies, one 17-year-old, the other one who's somewhere in her 30s, and they fall in love. But the space that they are in, the environment they are in, the people they're surrounded with, they're not. It's just it's unlikely. Who they dated the I they dated her, and she is a, a Devdasi's daughter, whereas Renuka, that Anusuya plays Renuka, Anusuya Sengupta. In her case, she's a prostitute who's just she's found her way into this uh, Devdasi community's stay, place of stay. You could say I don't know how to, but a lot of things happen, drama ensues, and that's what the story is about. Uh, I don't want to see. I don't want to reveal a lot. I don't want to put it out there because uh, it's I mean, I rather want people to actually watch it than, yeah. But having said that, the setting is quite interesting. Um, uh, the, the production design of it is interesting. The costumes are great. Um, Again, this story, this Constantine who's, uh, what I absolutely loved while working with Constantine with Kay was that I got to improvise a lot. And 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 it was quite intense. We were doing a lot of scenes in a day, um, and felt every day felt exhilarating because and I was looking forward to shoot the very next day. That is how it was. Again, we were shooting in Nepal, such a beautiful place, such wonderful people, um, and yeah, I can't actually say a lot. So even while I'm saying things, I'm a little okay. I'm not supposed to say that. I'm still feeling a lot of things.
Problem. And like, how many days? How many were shooting days?
We started, the workshop started the first week of Feb last year, and we shot till April first week. The last few days were in Mumbai actually. Actually, not few days, just a day in Mumbai. Otherwise, we mostly shot in Nepal. So,
If you could tell me what is your acting process?
as of now,
Acting process. Your process.
I think that, well, if I were to be honest, it keeps changing. Um, we can't follow one process for. I mean, it depends on the the story demands from you, the script demands from you. Also, I prefer I prefer listening to the captain of the ship. Like I want to be sure I because it's his vision. So I try my best to be as attentive as possible to anything and everything he says, and half of the work is done there. But other than that, you again you can't rely on someone. You need to have a process of your own. But then again, that is something that you decode with time. When you get the script, read it again and again and again. That's one step that I always follow. That's one step that anyone has to always follow. And once you've said it twice, thrice, how many more times you if you wanted to, the rest follows. And you will figure out what process you want to follow. Yeah.
In script, like, do they give you like backstories as well? They don't, like you make your backstories on your own.
Well, it's been different with different people actually with different directors. With K, he was very particular of. Uh, he had given me all the information that I needed, and I always made sure to like once you get the information and you also have the script. There are a bunch of questions that arise, and it's only through communication that you get to know what the. Um, in fact, when we were reading the first, no, when I got the first, I can't say the first draft, but the first time I got the script of the Shameless, this is character called Sanju, which actually was not, there was just a scene or two, and Sanju is Devika's brother, and that's when I actually told Kay that, listen, I think what if we actually try to create this uh, a nice uh, a nice relationship between Sanju and Devika. We actually see a very different side of Devika, because you're quite different to your siblings, right? So it would be fun, and I think we need a little bit of uh, a change of sorts, and that's when I think a week later or so, okay, dropped me a week later or 2 weeks later or so, I got the second. Yeah, I got no. It got. Oh yeah. Also, by the way, the Shameless actually got shelved. Uh, so we were a year late. A year late, we started shooting again. But yeah, I think after we got in touch again. Um, that's when I read the script and yeah, there were more scenes of Sanjay. So there are times when you can actually have these open discussions with directors. So yeah,
Are you like currently shooting something? Auditioning?
well, I'm auditioning for a lot of things. There are like third, fourth rounds of auditions after. But after the movie, I decided to actually step into writing, and I've been writing since last March. Um, I have quite there are a lot of material that I have, but I think I'm going to keep it aside for now. And I've started like like you. I also want to be a filmmaker. It might not happen now, but probably soon. But I have to do the work, just like you are doing. I have to do the work. So I'm doing that right now, along with all the auditions that I'm giving, and um, and the projects that I have mostly are the ones that need to be funded. So uh, that's also a process, and also yeah, I think a lot of acting that has to do with like there's a lot of patience that you need to have as an actor. Um, yeah, I'm waiting, I suppose, patiently waiting for the
Now
moment.
that's great. Like you are writing and hoping to become a filmmaker. That's great. Like you're writing for theater or like a film, if I can ask.
Currently, I'm making a film. I had written a feature script long back, but I wasn't really sure of it. But after the movie, it gave me more clarity, um, and I also, I don't know, I felt like I need to learn a little more in terms of acting. So I went to Adishakti to study, and now everything that I've learned is actually it's so much and so lot that it's not something that you can learn right away. It's yeah, so it's going to take time. And that was great. I was writing and I was practicing, I was imbibing. And that is what I've been doing. Everything that I've learned last year, I think this year I'm trying my best to make sure that with this discipline I go on and about it.
So, are there any filmmakers and particular films like list that are your favorite filmmakers and horror films?
Oh my God, there are many. Um, but I think lately I've been, I know this is not the answer to your question, but lately I've been trying to avoid being influenced by, this is, I don't know, this is an experiment that I'm trying, but I'm trying my best to not be influenced by any filmmaker or an actor or so. Um, I'm at a space where I'm trying my best to not watch a lot, which I used to do before, and not be influenced by the material. And for now, I want to get to know where I stand and what my influences are, not what they want to, what I want them to be, but what they are. So the kind of reflection that I want to do right now. So I'm not going to answer that question for the moment, but yeah, many.
No, that's great. If somebody wants to become an actress, so what advice would you give to them?
So I don't think I'm at a place where I can actually give an advice to someone, but um, along with the whole learning skills and this and that and all of that, learning more, observing, and all of that. Um, there are important traits that you have to develop, and one has to develop in oneself. That has to be patience, patience, hard work, and yeah, for me, what I've learned is that patience is the most important of all, um, and the will to learn is also important of all. Again, I would say I've always believed that acting is an experiential art, so experience as much as you want to and travel. Traveling, I mean, travel could be as simple as taking a local train. Um, for the longest, because now my life's gotten a little easier. So all the auditions happen at home itself. I live in Thane, and if I were to go give auditions, I have to travel all the way to Andheri, Mumbai, and I have to take a train and metro and so on and so forth. But for auditions, we usually take cab. But however, lately, I think last for a week or so, I've been traveling in trains. I've come back to that realization of how even a short-lived travel, like 20 minutes, is there's so much happening around you. So yeah, travel, even if it's as short as going from Thane to Ghatkopar. Yeah.
Ma'am, thank you so much for joining. Such,
Thank you so much, Akash. Thank you.
such a pleasure. And I'm looking forward for the Shameless. I'm so excited. And I hope it comes out soon. And I'll be able to watch it. So, thank you so much, ma'am.